Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Facebook Live, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sean McKinley, International Director of Children's Ministries with the Church of God of Prophecy, and today we have some very exciting updates to share with you, as well as some ideas and resources for connecting kids with service, particularly in this month of February, which we call the month of love because we celebrate Valentine's Day. Now, before we get started today and I introduce our guest, I'm going to invite you to join today's giveaway drawing. If you would like to be a part of our giveaway, we're going to ask you to do three things. We're going to ask you to like this Facebook Live. We're going to ask you to comment, maybe tell us where you're watching from. And if you have any questions, you can put those in the comment as well. And we're going to ask you to share this Facebook Live to your wall, and maybe you could tag your pastor or other ministry volunteers who serve with you. Now, we have a great giveaway. It's something we've given away before. It's one of my favorite books on the topic of kids in service. It's from Tina Hauser, who has spoken at our Institute of Children's Ministry before. And it's this excellent resource called Unwrapping the Servant, Teaching Kids to Serve Jesus and Others. It's a book that's filled with some excellent ideas, service project ideas for kids to serve their families, their community, their church, and we're going to give this away today. So if you'd like to be entered into that drawing, we're going to ask you to, once again, like this Facebook Live, comment, and share it to your wall. So today I have my friend with me, Michelle Brooks Young. Michelle serves as the Tennessee Missions Coordinator for the Church of God of Prophecy. But for the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, Michelle has served as our KidServe Coordinator, launching this brand new, exciting ministry for children's ministries. So I want you to welcome Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing today?
Hello, Sean. How are you doing?
We're doing good. Thanks for joining me.
I am so excited. You know, my favorite word is giddy. I am giddy what we're fixing to share today.
That's right. Well, we have some exciting news and updates to share concerning KidServe. As most people know, Children's Ministry for more than 15 years has sponsored an annual missions giving project. And as part of KidServe, we've been working on Project Build a School, building learning centers in partnership with the Church of God of Prophecy in El Salvador. These are schools that provide meals, food, discipleship programs. They provide recreational activities and tutoring, and they're all housed in our Church of God of Prophecy facilities and taught by our Church of God of Prophecy people who are qualified teachers. And so this has been a great program. So Michelle, why don't you share some updates, information with everybody about Project Build a School?
Sean, one of the most exciting aspects of this entire project has been watching them not just wait for the money and then start the building. They have been working since day one. So we have been able to see the completion of many of the schools already. And then we've seen some partnerships that we had no idea about that came along and partnered with this project. So it's been exciting that we've got to watch the schools build. And even though we had the pandemic and the shutdowns all over the world, that did not slow down the progress. As a matter of fact, they used some of the very schools that had been completed in order to house some supplies that went out to the community. So I love that they're thinking outside the box. I love that they're not waiting on one big check, but they see the need and want to have it met as soon as possible. So if we had a virtual drum roll, we would do it right now. But as of right now, the Church of God of Prophecy family all over, this is from Alaska to Mexico, to Florida, to UK, to the Caribbean, Canada, all over has come together and wanted to be a part of this project. And through collective giving from individuals, ministries, our children have worked tirelessly and come up with some of the best ideas to raise funds for the El Salvador Build a School project. And so drum roll, please. The total raised to this point is $69,180. I hope wherever you're at that you will repeat with us, to God be the glory for what he has accomplished through this project. Sean, I was thinking when we were preparing for the video today, the faces of the kids began to come back to me. And I remembered the day that you and I, the translator, stood inside of the room, I believe at Goterra, and the kids began to sing a song that was so familiar to us, even though we did not understand the Spanish words, Waymaker. what a mantra, what a theme of this entire project. God has been the way maker from the smallest church to the individual that sent in $10 to the biggest donation. God's hand has been just all over this entire project. And I am eternally grateful for every person that has said, you know what, I'm going to step outside of the uncertainty of my job, of the uncertainty of my church coming together and meeting, because there is a need around the world and I want to be a part of it.
We do want to talk to everybody as part of this update that we did something new in December. We did our giving stockings. We sent those out to churches all over. Thousands of stockings went out to churches all across the United States. And we had a deadline of December 10th for that fundraiser. Now, something happened, and a lot of churches ended up having to close their doors because of restrictions in their communities, or because of the a rise in the COVID cases in their communities. And so we know that a lot of churches have contacted us asking, can I still be a part of this fundraiser? Well, Michelle, what do you want to say to them?
Please send your money into us. It is not too late. We realize that this has been an unusual, out-of-the-box year. I was thinking, Sean, as you were speaking, the bulk of the funds has actually come in since the pandemic started. That is a testament to the faithfulness of God and God's people. But it's not too late. Even just this week, we had a connection outside the country who said, we still want to be a part. We're working on our project and for the stockings that we want to come in. So they've had to tweak that what they normally did. It didn't work this time. They just simply were not meeting together. So we want to make sure that it's not too late. Because they are continuing to build, we are extending. We are believing God for the $100,000 goal. It may trickle in a little bit different, and the time might have changed a little bit, but it's all in God's timing. So it's not too late. Individuals, ministries, churches, congregations, whatever, come together. We will take money, cash, everything but something that eats. We'll take it for this offering.
Oh, that's true. And another thing to mention to folks, we have been very focused on El Salvador, but through some other opportunities, we were able to supply some needs in El Salvador that were not part of this original program. For example, they have a large soccer field. Soccer is, of course, very big in El Salvador. They have a large soccer field that they're able to rent out to the community as a means for income. The churches go and they sell concessions at the soccer games where people have rented their facility, and they're able to make funds to go back into this building project. So we were able to assist them with some of the needs for that soccer field, new lawnmowers and equipment, and that did not even come out of Project Build a School. It came from another funding source. We also were able to bless Guinea Conakry. That's a project we haven't talked a lot about, but again, because someone heard what we were doing in El Salvador, they wanted to contribute, knowing there was a need in Guinea Conakry. We were able to build a facility there for children's ministry that is growing and was in desperate need. So KidServe has a lot of potential. There's a lot of projects out there that we want to help serve children of the world, but we want to complete this one first, where we have made a commitment. And so again, if you have been a part of Project Build a School, we still need your help. If you've not been a part, it's not too late to join in and make a huge impact in El Salvador, where really some of the most impoverished children of the world live. And thank God, through the Church of God of Prophecy, thousands of children are being served every week through our ministries as well as their families. So be a part. You can find out more on our website, which is kogop.org/children. There's a link there to KidServe as well as one for Project Build a School. We'll come back to Michelle before we say goodbye. She may have some more information that she'd like to share with us. But I did want to talk to you very quickly about some information that's available on the website. As I mentioned earlier, February is the month of love. And it gives us a great opportunity to talk to our kids about what is love. What does love look like to God? How does He love us? And how can we love Him and those around us? We've got a great little devotional idea there on the website. I actually recently did it with my own children, and it's very simple. All the resources are there, but you just provide your kids with a heart, and you ask them to write inside their heart all of the things that they have said they love. Now mine, I made a rule with my kids. You cannot include your family, okay, because that's a given that you love your dad especially. But, you know, I love pizza. If you're around me, you know I love Coke Zero. I love watching the news, maybe not so much lately. Um, for my wife's benefit, I included this one. I love vacations, but not at the beach, okay? My wife loves going to the beach, but I'm not a fan. And I love giraffes. Everybody knows that as well. But anyway, spend some time with your kids. Let them write down some of the things that they love and share those with your family or in your local children's ministry. It's a great opportunity to begin talking about, you know, what really is love. And our devotion outlines some scriptures from the Bible that describe what love is and how God showed his love for us. And, you know, really at the core of it, if God had a list, it would be our names. It would be people. God loves people more than anything. And as we talk with the kids, we share with them that the more we love God, the more we can't help but love people. And that enters us into an opportunity to talk to kids about how can they serve those around them. And so we invite them to flip their heart over, make a list of everyone around them that they can show love and kindness to. Now, one thing I'm doing with my kids is we have a jar, and I have challenged them every day to find some way that they can show the people around them kindness or love. And if they can come back and report those to their mom and I, then we put one of these little candy hearts in our jar. And if by the end of the month we have filled up our jar with these little hearts, they're going to receive a special prize or reward. This is something you can do in your home or in your local church. As the kids come into ministry, you can say, hey, who's done something kind? Drop those hearts in there and give them an award at the end of the month for participating. Also on that blog that includes the devotion, we should share some quick ideas. I'm going to quickly touch on them of ways that kids can serve their families, their community, or their churches. One is, this is a download that you can get. It's the Caring Coupon book, and it's got just some things that kids can, they can make up their own coupons, or they can use the ones that are recommended, but things that they can do for their family, like good for, this one is for folding the laundry. Or this one is good. Oh, I like this one. Good for a 5-minute back massage, right? Mom or dad would love to get that. Or good for some family time together and watching a movie. And so kids can give these to their parents, and their parents can cash them in at any time. But it's just a way to show love and to serve their family. Another download that we have available is this. It's called the, let's see here, My Kindness Jar. And we have some examples of things that you can put in your kindness jar, but you just challenge your kids at the beginning of each day to draw something out of their jar, and that's their challenge for the day. So I'm just going to draw one out here that says, play a game with your brother or sister, and they get to choose the game. Let's get another example here. Wash the dishes. But anyway, there are some examples there that kids can fill in their kindness jar, or you might sit down as a family and write down some things that you all can put in your jar and do that challenge every day. Another idea is really just to do a prayer list with your kids, things that they can pray through. We've got this download available on the website, something different that kids can pray every day. They can pray for their world, their community, their country, their friends, and their family. And those are broken down through the day. So on Monday, I'm going to pray for my world. On Thursday, I'm going to pray for my friends. On Friday, I'm going to pray for my family. And then we also have an area where they can tell what they're thankful for this week and something that they have learned or experienced about God. There are other ideas there for serving the community and the local church, things like you could bring your kids together and have them collect items for care kits for the needy, maybe for a homeless shelter or for a nursing home in your community. They could collect things like lotions and soaps, socks. These are all things that are always needed in those type of facilities. So encourage your kids, hey, this month for Valentine's Day, we're going to give back to our community. So everybody bring in one of these items and then let the kids put those together in a bag. And if possible, even deliver them to those facilities. There are other ideas like Day of Caring events, hosting a picnic for the pastor. One idea that I really love is putting together a Valentine's basket for the pastor's wife. There's many ways that kids can serve, but we just want to encourage you in this month of love You have a great opportunity here before you to talk to your kids about what is love, how can we show love and kindness to those around us, and then to challenge them to do it. Now, as we conclude, there's a lot of other opportunities there and ideas on the website. Again, the website is kogop.org/children. Right there on the front is a button that says God Loves People, Devotions and Activities for Kids. So please take a moment to look it up. But we also want to mention KidServe again. All of these ideas we hope you're doing maybe under the name of KidServe, encouraging kids to serve their community, church, and the world. And Project Build a School is certainly one that we are still collecting donations for, and we still need your help. So that might be a project that you consider doing in February as a give back and showing God's love. So please take a moment, go to the website, look at all the resources. Michelle, I want to bring you back before we say goodbye.
Sean, I am excited about February being the Love Month, and I love the idea that we are encouraging our children to serve not only through an offering, but it's equally important just to do acts of service for not only the people in our congregation, but those that are outside in the neighborhoods, in the schools, maybe our retirement centers. And yes, we may be limited on what we can do, but COVID has not stopped us from making telephone calls, text, sending cards. What a great way for kids to do a hands-on project and to reach out to those around them. But we're still raising money. We're working towards the $100,000 goal. So how about a love offering for February for El Salvador? Show your love to El Salvador. Send your money in. Mark it stocking, mark it love. It doesn't matter. Just put KidServe on there. And we're so excited that you are going to be able to be a part of this. We have had children to come on board and make videos. Puerto Rico, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, several states come on board together and said, we want to do something and include our children. So they actually were the ambassadors of El Salvador Build a School project. I have a favorite book entitled I Like Giving, and one of the chapters the author takes simply is for children and in the family. And he says the best way to have generous children is to have generous parents. Well, we know in children's ministry that's not always the case, that the parents are in church with the children, but they are watching the men and women in your congregation, your generosity in your word, in your deed, and most certainly in your giving. So I'm excited about the generation that is coming along. They have already raised $69,000 for El Salvador. Wow, what a future they have ahead of them, and how exciting for us to be a part of this with them. One of these days soon, Sean, we'll get to go back to El Salvador, make videos of the schools that have doubled or maybe tripled in size. And all of that will be possible because people said, I'm going to look outside of the pandemic. I'm going to look outside of my restrictions. I serve a big God who owns it all, and he will supply the need. From the bottom of our heart, thank you so very much. And we can't wait for the next update.
Michelle and I continuously stand back and say, look what God has done, but he's done it through you. And so we are very grateful. We look forward to the day, we believe very soon, that we're going to have a Zoom party. We're going to invite you to be a part of it, and we're going to celebrate that we have raised $100,000 to make that difference in El Salvador. So thank you for being with us today. Again, you can find out more information about KidServe as well as the God Loves People devotion and activities on our website, which is kogop.org/children. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to being with you again very soon. God bless you. Thanks, Michelle.